live. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the afternoon swing trading floor with your humble host, Jeremy Alexander Newsom, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trade it. Folks and friends, team and family, fans and followers from around the entire globe, how are each and every one of you doing on this incredible Friday? Hope you're doing great. I have been checking messages. Today's probably one of my busier days ever, or at least in the last, at least recently. I think I got about 1,400 text messages today. A lot of people were just excited because the markets were up. So we had a good, strong, nice little bull pop the last 2 or 3 days. You know, you had the big sell-off when Trump said whatever Trump said, and then that was literally just a one-day pullback. We've had a lot of craziness going on the last 6 trading days, right? Trump got COVID, market was down a bunch, then we just kind of bounced from there, and that was that. So that allowed a pullback, that allowed a rest. You know, so if you're looking at some internal indicators like RSI or something, so the relative strength index has rested. It's only at 65. So we have plenty of room to go higher, which is really intriguing. And I think we're going to keep going. And again, we can get a nice sharp retest or a decline at some point, but it does look like, ironically enough, I might get another opportunity to go into mostly, if not all, cash, or sell most, if not all, of my positions again as we approach the elections, which I think is probably a good thing. Again, you know, go into the elections kind of flat and just be cautious. Obviously, we're going to miss some upside. I never sell the exact high of anything ever. So we'll probably go up a little bit more, and then we'll get an opportunity to buy some type of dip and sell some puts and do some swing trades and do some option trades and just have a blast, have a good time. Overall market, though, right now, team, is on fire. Look at the gap on the Qs. So yesterday, type in a 7 if you remember me mentioning yesterday. Man, can you guys imagine if we open above here on the Qs? Did you guys get that memo? Look at this 3-minute chart. I mean, all the money you wanted to make today. How much money do you guys want to make? How many R's did you want to make today? Because there it was. You get your perfect gap. You get your bearish high wave candle in a 3-minute entry there, stop there, and you're done. You're done for the month, day, week, whatever you want. That is a lot of R's. Many, many, many R's. Perfect gap on the Qs. I mean, outrageous. If you're still practicing your gaps, take a note of this one on the Qs, because that is a thing of beauty. That is gorgeous. Perfectly serendipitously splendid. So from here, we go higher. IWM making higher highs and higher lows as well, which is nice. And Dow Jones ETF still kind of strong. So anyway, we're going to look at some stocks, some individual companies, but well done out there in the markets, catching some nice winners, having some good gains, smiling across the boards, and just giving everyone high fives, if not in real life, at least virtually. Speaking of real life, if you do live close to Vegas, we'll have a Vegas meetup soon. And yeah, so if you get a chance to make it, feel free to make it. If not, all is okay. We will have other ones, I promise. So here is the stocks for today. Let me pull them up really quick. Where do we have? There we go. All right. So first, what I'll talk about is some of the stocks that we are in as swing trades. We can just cover those to not get them out the way, but just review them. Ticker symbol U. Unity Software. So Unity Software, we had a few people play this one differently, which is absolutely perfect. That's the point, right? I'll set up the trades and you guys play your plans and your feelings and your instincts and your P&L and your portfolio. It was a very good gap on Unity Software. Again, if you go to a 5-minute chart on ticker symbol U, I mean, it opened up and just got your nice little upper shadow, then you got your inside candle, then from there it just kind of continued. So if you trailed it bar by bar or just, you know, watched it and sold it 97 or something, congratulations. That's what Hung Lao and a few other traders did. But overall, I mean, that was a nice little 2-day bill paying swing trade. That was good. I love when those things play out. So for me, exit at 94.95 on ticker symbol U. And all right, close that one out. 94.95. So nice trade on Unity Software. Very cool swing trade. Type in a 6 if you got a chance to take part in that one. Let's see who types in some 6s, just so I can give a giant virtual high fives and hugs and all the kind of goodness. Cool. Very, very cool. All right. So that is ticker symbol U for Unity Software. The next one is RKT. And RKT Rocket Companies. I do like the gap on this stock a lot. You have some nice upper shadows. You had a good gap. This is the 3-minute chart on Rocket Companies, and it just had a nice little bullish candle and just kind of sank early on, which is fine. So, you know, at open, you're up about an R and some change. I think right now we'll keep the target at 26.54. I think that'd be really, really cool to hit that if we can. I will say I do like the close of the candle in the daily chart. I do like the weekly. So the 10 EMA, there's a brand new baby 10 EMA that was born, 23 pounds, 42 ounces on the weekly chart. So if we can break above that or close above that on the daily chart, we should be okay on Rocket Companies. Again, some traders did exit this trade, and I thought about it. I thought about exiting it and just taking the profit, but stayed in it for right now. Those Rocket Companies. Here's silver, SLV, and silver. So you all know that both Ricky Cadden and myself set up silver simultaneously on the same day without knowing it. Almost the same trade. And yeah, so there's a lot of people in silver. It's a great gap today. Perfect open. Couldn't ask for a better open. Peter said he already exited. Let me see where Peter's update was. So Peter sold his silver options for 0.9 Rs, which is perfectly fine. Again, today was one of those days if you need to lock in some gains. I mean, by all means, do so. Why not? There's very, very little negative in locking in gains. The biggest negatives are having negatives in your account. So just try to avoid that by taking small losses and taking the best of the best. So silver up 5% today. Nice candle. What a gap. What a close. Look at the weekly chart. Nice bull candle. So maybe Monday morning, I'm saying maybe, right? If we gap up Monday morning, I'll probably sell the calls that we got triggered into. Most likely sell those Monday at open if we gap up. I think that's the current plan. Just to lock in the gain because they don't have tons and tons of time to expiration. So, yep, that is silver. Nice looking trade. Gold, which was requested by Thomas and a few others. I mean, gold was also brilliant. Brilliant gap on gold. Nice open, nice close. I mean, gold's closing above everything. Look how many days in a row gold is gapping above. This is a big deal, team, on gold and silver. Today is a solid setup. I mean, don't get caught sleeping on this one. I mean, look at this weekly chart, Morningstar reversal, really good close. The trend is unarguable, right? So we were just in a supply zone on gold, and look how beautifully we pulled back to this old resistance, new support. Wow, I mean, that's just a thing of beauty. That is a Picasso of price action. Look at that resistance. Perfect resistance, perfect resistance, we just traded right back to it. Bloop. I mean, to the penny, and just bounced off of it. So yeah, nice move on gold. I really like that close. I like the open. I like the volume. I like the gap. I kind of think about it. So expectations for to just slowly continue higher on gold. Let's go look at AAOI, Applied Optoelectronics. And Applied Optoelectronics is building some pressure. I think this is one of those stocks that can get pretty interesting from time to time. I'm trying to figure out if we should buy a pullback or breakout? That's the only question I have. So I'm trying to see if there's a bunch of averages in the way. I think this is one of those situations where I'm going to do half an hour and half an hour. One of the main reasons I'm going to do half an hour is you have 4 white candles in a row in a weekly chart. Exponential moving averages, you're above those. I think we could pull back a little bit more. Hourly chart, yeah, I think we could. So here's what I almost feel like I want to do this in thirds, as random as that sounds. Good old 3 setups, but I think we could get fill. I think you could pull back one more time. Nice little quick little dip. I'll do that for half an hour and then half an hour, and I'll put the stop loss right here. And obviously, I mean, I'm not saying that this trade won't work. Anytime you set up a trade, you can't be really afraid of the loss. Losses will happen on anything. Doesn't even matter. That's like saying don't ever get a pet because you're afraid of it dying. It's like that's everything. It's always going to happen at some point. All right, half an R risk and bullish limit buy, half an R risk. Type in a 1 if this is a brand new strategy for you, doing half an R and half an R. All right, let's put it here. All right, T is thrown in a 1. I like it. Jack, Al, Sammy, beautiful. So I'll make sure I show you all how it's done. It's really, really easy to calculate. You probably already figured it out. Take whatever your R is, divide it by 2, and then multiply each setup by that half an R. New official swing trade, right? Super simple. So if I come in here, pop it in here, and Laureate got triggered in today. It looks like this. So 10/9/2020 AAOI, and I'll do 10/9/2020 AAOI. So you do 2 separate entries, 11.95 with a stop loss at 10.37, and then the other one is 11.36. That's the limit buy by 10.37. So it shares, right? So this will be like if you had 2 full R trades right here. And what you do is you simply take your trade and just divide these numbers by 2, and you'll have how many shares you would get into with half an R. That's it. So if you have a $400 risk unit, you would do a $202 shares there, or just 200 shares, and then 125 shares there, and good to go, right? And that's that. The reason you don't want to decrease these each to 200, well, you technically could also change these numbers to 200 and make this 200. Problem is that changes the amount of shares here. And when you do the full amount of shares, it'll show as like a full 1R trade if you actually went on both. So I like to do it with half an R, because then if we have the trade set up, we'll just do, when we get out of the trade, we're just going to like do 202 shares as an example. So 202 and then like 125. And that'll put in, let's say 0.7 Rs and 0.6 Rs, which total would be 1.3. So yeah, and then I'll make sure I put that in here, and I'll type in half R of risk. And I'll just throw that in there too. Half R of risk. Cool. And I like doing those trades when I just kind of feel like both could kind of work, where I would like to get a pullback, but I don't know if I don't want to, like, what if it doesn't bounce, or if it does break out, you can just do a little bit of both. Now, again, could this happen and we get stopped out? Duh, right? Could this happen and we only lose half an R? Absolutely. Could this happen and we only catch half an R? Absolutely. Anything can and will happen at some point in the market, as far as direction of a stock. All right, cool deal. Pure Storage, PSTG. Wow. Pure Storage, it is so pure. Here's the weekly chart, and not much happening on this one. If you bought this in 2015, it's the exact same price it is now. That's why sometimes it is good to do some quick swing trades, do some quick in and outs, make some good money here, lock in some gains, maybe make a little bit of money on the downside, lock in some gains, make a little bit of money on the upside, lock in some gains, make a little bit of money on the upside, lock in some gains, maybe a little bit of downside action, maybe a little bit of long side action. And now we're flat. So from here, pure storage, meh. It's at a resistance. I do like the bounce. If I was going to catch it, it should have been, 4 days ago, 5 days ago on the 5th. Right now we're at a resistance. I would wait it out. If I had shares, I'd probably do a covered call or a collar or something. But as of right now, I'm going to wait out pure storage personally, but that's my analysis. 3D printing. So 3D printing gapped up. My boy Patrick, getting out of some shares of 3D systems, getting a nice little clean slate, weekly chart, good volume. And yeah, a lot of volume, a lot of good candles, a lot of powerful gaps coming in on this stock, pretty much at an extreme low. So what I would like to see on 3D is something like this, or just some type of consolidation for a few days, and then we bust out higher. Either way, I would like to see it go higher based on the volume that's coming in right now and the fact that we are nice and low. So this stock has what I call the middle finger pattern. I remember trading that too, which was wild. Back in 2010, 11, 12, I rode this up a little bit, making horrific mistakes. The good news is at least I did not buy it at 97.28. I did not do that. By 2014, I had learned most of my lessons. So hooray. Daily time frame. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for on 3D printing. Let's give that a day or two, but it needs to go on our watch list. Could be a watch list for a day trade, also a swing trade. Both do look kind of cute. Okay. Got it. Next on the list, AMAG. A magazine, AMAG Pharmaceuticals. So this is the one weekly options newsletter that Ricky set up. And it's just hanging out right now. I get it that we want it to move, and it very well might, but right now it's just chilling. So we will see. I can say best case scenario, we get into an options trade. This is not exactly what you want. You don't really want it to just not do anything. But as it's trading sideways, it's either going to pull into moving averages and then bounce, or keep trading sideways and then go higher. But it's a high short float. As Tracy said, there's a lot of people betting against this thing. And so there's a lot of people trapped when it ran up. So we'll see. It's going to have a high propensity to do something very soon. Since stocks that do have high short floats are very volatile, you could get a big spike down into there and then a bounce. You could get a big breakout or something at some point. We're just going to have to wait and see. But right now on AMAG Pharmaceuticals, we'll just have to keep reading the charts as time progresses to see what happens. Weibo, ticker symbol WB. So I continue to keep an eye on this one because I really want to pull back on it. I think it would be so fun if we get a pullback down to like 37-ish. It's a nice double bottom. Check out this weekly chart though, Al. Look at this thing. Look at this consolidation station. Who doesn't want to ride that train to Profit Town? Like, that's a good breakout. It's a really nice close. Long-term averages, I mean, they're pretty far away. So the 100 simple is all the way up there. That'll be a first target. And if we can get up there, really cool. And if not, I guess no big deal. But in general, that's what I'd like to see. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a pullback. I'm going to keep this one on the list, keep coming back to it. Could be a fun options trade or shares trade. All right, Fastly, FSLY. So Fastly, ladies and gentlemen, is moving quickly. Where did my lines go on this chart? There we go. It just took a little bit to load. All right, so Fastly, I'm going to get called away on on some shares at 104 today. So tomorrow morning, I will not have my shares of Fastly anymore, which is a little sad, but should be good. Al says, I really need to hop on an options class. Yeah, man, do it. We have one. It's really good. You could finish it tonight. It's a great class. So yeah, I'm gonna get called away on my covered call, obviously today. But I did post another options trade in Slack. It wasn't official or anything. I just kind of threw it in there. I was like, hey guys, this is what I'm doing. And the trade that I'm in, Newsom got in at open on, what day is it, 10/9, a 130, 160 November bull call spread. So that's pretty much it. Al says, I always do the swing trades, but whenever options come up, I get so lost. I'll get into it. Hey, no worries, man. It takes time. It's not a massive stress. Don't have to rush into it. And if you ever want, me and you can do it. We can do a session together and I can help you with options. Sometimes the easiest thing is just to buy one. Virtually go in paper money and just lose a bunch of fake dollars figuring out how they work. But yeah, man, if you ever want to schedule a session, let me know. And I'll just walk you through it and hold your hand. And you tell me if you want me to get you into a trade, I can get you into a trade. If we can figure out how much you want to risk on it, I can give you a layup, you know. Whatever you need, man. I'm always here to help, ladies and gentlemen. I have tons and tons and tons of free time. So if you guys ever want to like have a session or something, just let me know. I just usually sit around in my bed one day just hoping people will reach out and work with me. So just want to help. All right. Jay says, so sad. I know, man. I'm just sitting around like, I wish I had friends. Nobody wants to hang out. Emily says, you can also ask in Slack. There's a bunch of us that do options. Absolutely. Absolutely. So FSLY, I am in this trade, and 150 is a very reasonable target. Edward, you are absolutely correct. I like the strength. I love the gap. I love the close. I love the candles. I love the company. I love the fundamentals. I love the direction. I love the volume. I love the gaps. I love the trend. I love the volume. I love the candles. I love the company. I love the fundamentals. I can just say that over and over and over. Type in a 6 if you guys remember this company being in the next Apple advanced class. This stock made like 19 appearances in the advanced program. So we can make a lot of money on it if you want. Edward says, might be selling this on Monday if it keeps going up. Already up 20%. Nice, man. Nice, nice, nice. So yeah, all is good on the FSLY world. Next on the list is First Solar FSLR. And First Solar, we set up a bear trade, didn't get triggered, canceled it. It came down, threw it in a phenomenal trap. Oh, this is a good trap. And then just bloop, just really, really punched all the bears right in the face. This thing is working on breaking out. And what's really intriguing on First Solar is, folks, I know it sounds crazy, but this one could be a sleeper. No one on the internet's talking about First Solar. Nobody. And I think we catch this the right way. This could be a very nice breakout. I mean, this is a monthly chart. So we need to be keeping an eye on First Solar on the regular. Because that could be a great, great pullback. John, that's exactly right. Yep. So some good volume, good candles, good closes. I mean, a week or two could go by. We keep an eye on this one. We could play this with some out of the money options with some nice risk, some shares, some put sales. There's a lot that we could do with this one. There's room to go. When First Solar moves, man, it can move. It really, really can. So perfect scenario is some trade, some sideways action, and then a close. Guys, do not miss this move. All right. Please continue to stay with RLT until November and December. If you are brand new to RLT and you haven't made tons of money yet, I heard sometimes it takes more than a month to make money with stuff and to get it. That's just what I heard. I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but someone once told me sometimes it takes more than a month to really master some things. So give it some time. So First Solar, I'll keep a very close eye on that one and figure out when we can get into the ANTM. So Anthem Incorporated. No position in this one. Really interesting pattern. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Nice distribution phase, huh? Really good distribution phase on First Solar. Sorry, keep having that on my mind. ANTM, Anthem, trading sideways, nice double bottom, gorgeous weekly candle, nice gap and go on a weekly chart here. Here's your monthly chart. Yeah, just absolutely stupendous distribution phase. So buy a pullback on this one if you would like to or want to, if you're playing it. Perfect pullback. Perfect pullback would be 260. Good pullback would be 285. So yeah, figure out, track down how you want to play that one, but I have no position in that. Next on the list, CODX, CODX, Co-Diagnostics, sideways. So that one is real sideways. And weekly chart, I mean, you did have the breakout, you did have a move. This looks like a COVID play. And yeah, I don't specifically have any position on this one, don't know anything about it, but I can say it's starting to coil a little bit. It is trading sideways. So it can go in either direction at some point. It doesn't have to happen immediately, but play it neutral for a little bit. And if we at some point get a good move on it, probably bullish, I would assume. Because I don't think COVID's going away, honestly, guys. The more and more that I'm traveling and hearing people talk, like more and more people are getting it. More and more common people are not common people as in people that we know of, celebrities, people that are in the news a lot. Like more and more people are getting it on a more frequent basis, kind of everywhere. It's becoming a thing now. And when you travel, like it's everyone's got the masks, everyone got the COVID, everyone's got the social distancing signs. I don't think it's going to go away for a while. Marta says it's a virus. It really never goes away. That's true. Just mutates. Yep, it's a valid point. Very valid point. So on that note, I don't think COVID stocks are necessarily going to be a bad thing. Like if you're going to be playing them, it's a lottery ticket. You're literally putting money on a roulette number. If you want to try to figure out what is the company that's going to come out with the vaccine that everyone buys or uses or whatever. So just throwing that out there. CODX, probably going to trade sideways for a while. And that's pretty much it. Stone Cold Steve Austin, also known as STNE, Stone Co Limited. Buy the dip, trend is great. I like this trend a lot. This would be the kind of the all-time high right here. Previous all-time high. So if it pulled back, I mean, you would just buy it. If you want to buy shares, it's a really, really good close. Looks nice. I can set that up officially. Let's just see if it pulls back. New official swing trade. Beautiful. Come over here. Throw it in here. Pop over here. 10, 9, 20, 20. It's the rattlesnake. 54, 94. And stop loss 50, 78. Okay, I think it's a great trade based on a retest gap. Open because it has not triggered yet. Okay, so that's Stone Co Limited. Next on the list is PAYX, PAYX. And PAYX has an inside candle today. Inside candle, high wave, weekly charts. Good close, right? PAYX has been around for a little bit because everyone likes PAYX. I like PAYX. Today was a Paycheck Friday. That's for sure. Today was Paycheck Friday. Oh man, good trend. What a massive spike COVID was. Jeez. Just such a quick overcorrection. Yeah, we're just back off to the races. I mean, buy the dip if you're in bullish, stay in bullish. I'm gonna throw this on my list for Monday morning. I will be on the morning room Monday morning to take over for Falco. He's doing a small vacation, but I'll throw that on the list for Monday morning. PAYX. And next on the list, the fruit company that Lieutenant Dan invested into. And so now Forrest Gump no longer has to worry about money anymore. Look at that close. Good close on Apple. What a nice gap. 5-minute charts. I mean, who can't play that successfully, you know? Robin Steckel getting 2 R's on Apple because she saw that hammer and thought to herself, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. This looks like the most obvious hammer on the most obvious company of all time. What should we do? And the most obvious hammer on the obvious company, a strong bullish uptrend on a really good gap on a Friday where I can buy options really inexpensively. What should I do? And Robin Steckel says, buy calls, boom, boom, out, 2 R's, bam. That's pretty much her analysis. Terry says, Apple is getting to host Microsoft's streaming gaming in 2021. Very cool. Yeah, I love the close. I heard there's a few people in Apple. And even this particular trade setup, I mean, obviously you can see we didn't get all 3 pyramids filled, which I'm crying about. But just this setup, you're up 10%. 10%. On 200 shares, that's $10. Unless I'm really bad at math, that's $10 a share on 200 shares. I mean, it's not money. You know what I'm saying? T, so what would be a good entry for a call option? Here would have been awesome. That would have been really good on the pullback. Most traders got in on these dips. And honestly, today at close would have been a nice one because it was closing of these candles. If you want to get into a call option, again, it'll be a relatively quick one because next week is the Apple event. So it's most likely going to gap up a little bit and you're going to get some selling. So you didn't miss the boat fully. Just wait for the next dip on Apple if you want to buy a call and then get in probably later October or early November. So don't feel too stressed out about that one. But yeah, this thing just pulled right back down into some really strong moving averages. This gap right here was a nice gap. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Jack said, did today's close break the diamond pattern? It did. Yep. Diamond pattern is broke with today's close. Terry says, I loaded my boat at 106. Nice, nice. I love it. Good stuff, team. Apple looking strong. NVIDIA, what a powerhouse over the last few days. Like, look at this just strong move. This is a gorgeous one. So T, if you're looking at buying some calls, I mean, look at NVIDIA. Look at this doji. Like, that's the kind of weakness that you want. Keep an eye on NVIDIA to gap up in any direction on Monday. If it gapped down strong and came down into the moving averages, buy a call option into that weakness. If it gapped up on Monday morning above the high, you could buy a call option into that strength. I'm going to throw it on the list for Monday morning. NVIDIA looks good. Weekly chart surging. Really powerful. So NVIDIA just going bananas. JMIA, Jumanji Technologies, and Robin Williams loves this stock. Good close, good volume, good breakout, phenomenal gap yesterday. Really, really good open. Oh boy, I did not see that. Who am I blaming for this one? Who's taking the blame? I can't take, it's Edward's fault. All right, good. Back to Edward. All Edward's fault that we missed this trade, team. I mean, look at this open. Obviously I did. I mean, Edward didn't see it. I didn't see it. Emily says it's always Ed, LOL. I know. He's just, I told him to send me perfect gaps and build me a time machine so we can go back and trade them. And he hasn't done it yet. I'm like, Ed, you're a rocket scientist. Build me a time machine. Oh, man. Anyway, great gap. Love the open, love the gap, love the trend. I really, really like this volume, team. This is crazy good volume. Crazy good. Yeah, this could be a trade. Look at that volume. Look at that higher low coming in. Uh-oh. Because this was supposed to be a fraudulent company. I'm not saying it isn't. That's probably why I'm gonna do it most likely with options. Reduce my risk a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Yep, some are right in there. I'm gonna put that on the list potentially for a weekly options newsletter play as well. And if it gaps down, we could buy some call options on that Monday or Tuesday. Edward says, how do you know options reduce your risk? Well, because you can only lose 100% of an options trade. And I know that sounds dumb. I mean, you can only lose 100% of anything that you buy. But the thing is, to be with the shares, like I would rather just put in $4,000 into an options trade and go, okay, if it goes to zero, I lose 4 R's. I could also buy $4,000 worth of stock trade, and if it goes to zero, I lose 4 R's. But the options trade, just better returns if it really, really moves, and less exposure. So yeah, that's the main thing, man. I mean, it's just they just don't cost as much. You get the same exact exposure. So on JMIA, yeah, let's just keep an eye on it. We'll see what it does. We will see what it does. Definitely got to come back to that one Monday, Tuesday. All right, got it. Edward says, because shares you can possibly not get out if there are no buyers. No, not necessarily. Realistically, I mean, just kind of plain and simple. If I wanted to be in a share position, let's say I take this trade with a normal R. I get in and my stop's here. This could gap against me, fraudulently. So whatever happens, it opens at $2 and I lose some money. But if I just get into a call option and I risk 1 R flat, or maybe 2 or 3 R's, and I'm like, hey, this is my full risk, can't lose more than this. If the stock goes to zero, whatever happens, I can lose small. And that's kind of the plan on this particular type of company. Terry says, Citron stated they won't short JMIA anymore. Got it. Got it. So yeah, so these weirder, cheaper, kind of like, what do they do type of companies like Luck and Coffee. If you do play them, again, you can play them with shares, but I just generally prefer with options and not go in super heavy because, yeah, if I lose 100% of my investment, it's like, all right, well, that's 3-4 hours down the tube, but that's the worst case scenario, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, good chat, good discussion. Definitely keep my eyes on this one. Okay, AMD was delightful today. Oh man, so pretty, so pretty. So trade up higher yesterday. I like this gap up. Sorry, I like this gap down. This was totally different than the market. Totally different. Who shorted this one for a day trade? I mean, I hope someone did. Like, this thing was a retest from the heavens. Look at this, was so different than the market. Look at this retest. I mean, this was such an easy trade. Lucian Wilcox made money on this thing. Trapped. Exactly. The whole market's gapping up. It retested once, retested twice, and just a wonderful, wonderful short. Because again, the whole market was bullish except for AMD. So it was a really good day trade. And anyway, nice short. So if you're looking at playing AMD, again, big money. If you're trying to swing a large hammer, I mean, if it pulls down to 74, that should be the most no-brainer trade of all time that you've ever taken in your life. Today is an okay day to consider some put sales. I'm not specifically buying any calls up here because, well, we're out of resistance. So I'm not really getting in heavy with call options. If you got call options long-term, I guess just kind of hold them, but you're out of resistance. So you don't want to like really get in massive size up here. So selling some puts down here or below is fine. Bull put spreads is fine. Waiting on some trades and see what's going to happen is absolutely fine. I didn't add anything today on AMD, and looking at buying it if it can get as low as possible again. Back down to 73, layup. Absolute layup. Lucian says it had premium at 70. Whew. Yeah. Premium at 70. I mean, who wouldn't want to own AMD at 70? It was at 87 yesterday. I love trading AMD. It's so fun. Edward says, going to add to my leap around 77.50. Love it. Looks good. I did sell some of my leaps up here at that resistance, mostly because we've pulled off of that resistance before 2 times, 3 times. So I was like just selling some up here. Not all of them, but some. And then, yeah, I'll re-add if it pulls back lower. 77.50 looks good. Next on the list is Virgin Galactic. So Virgin Galactic, ticker symbol SPCE, and had a nice pop yesterday. Pulling back today, a little bit of a retest, waiting for those moving averages to catch up. So if you're in Virgin Galactic, again, it's not the most bullish candle in the world today. Closing below this little hammerish looking candle. Just expected to pull back into the averages, maybe $20 and some change. And then from there, we'll see if it bounces, which I think it will. You still got a great gap on a weekly chart. You did get a close above this resistance. It's just a big, big move on Virgin Galactic. I mean, it was up 46% in 3 weeks. If you like mathematics, which apparently some of you do. Did you guys see this math post that was going around in Slack earlier yesterday? I'm not gonna be able to scroll up and find it, but there was some, I think Lee posted like her son's homework or something. And I was like, I'm out. Not my forte. Edward says, Thomas got it. Yes, he did. Him and Hung Lao destroyed it. Where was your math solution, Edward? I was like, I just want to see Edward, Thomas, and Hung Lao just have like a math battle. Edward says, I'm not that smart. Dude, I just stepped away. Like, not even gonna, I don't even know how to post a comment. I'm so dumb. Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. Anyway, 44%. That's how much Virgin Galactic went up in 2.5, 3 weeks. So let it retrace some, pull back. A pullback into 20 would be delightful. That's the next spot to snag and bag some gains. Okay, next on the list we have ASPN, Aspen Aerogels. Never heard of this company in my life. Wow, look at this close on this double bottom. Oh boy. What was the joke on Dumb and Dumber about Aspen? I forget the joke. Was there a joke? They said something about like, we're going to Aspen, and I forget exactly what the joke was. I just love this. This is a perfect double bottom on a weekly chart. Look at this hammer too. This chart is just dripping with sentiment. Oh my goodness. I love looking at this chart. Just all charts. Look at this perfect wave count. First person to post a perfect wave count that I see on ASPN in Slack gets a coaching session paid for by me and a mentorship group. Let's see who's the first person that can do it. Perfect wave count. It has to match what I see in my head, and it's so obvious. You can't get it wrong. I mean, you can, but I know what it is. I know the answer. I've solved the riddle. This is my math specialty. First person to post it. Let's see who can do it. We'll sit back and wait. First person who wants a mentorship session paid for by Newsome, you got to post a chart, not just a wave count. You got to post a chart. I got to see it. So Tyler and Jeff, I know you're going quick. Go quick. Yeah. Just post the actual chart. Give me the actual wave count. Jay, Jay says my computer can't go quick. Oh man, all good. Dr. V says I'm driving. No, and the people watching the recording are really gonna be mad. So while you guys are doing that, I'll come back to it. I'll go ahead and let you post it, and I'll go through some of the rest. Do as quick as you can, though. Okay, Google, GOOGL. So we have some traders who are in Google, and if you're in Google long, you probably like the internet. This is a double bottom, perfect double bottom across all time frames. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. If I'm probably gonna have to get in some Google calls on a pullback. Most likely going to have to hold some over earnings. I don't know the exact plan yet. Maybe some $1,600. They're going to be pricey. Maybe like a 1,600 to 2,400 January 2022 debit spread, maybe something like that. See if we can pull back some. I love it. It's a great double bottom. Good close, good candle, good bounce. Obviously, it's Google, so all is nice. There's the joke, Mike. Yeah. Lloyd Christmas. I'm talking about a place where the beer flows like wine, where the women instinctively flock like the salmon of Capistrano. I'm talking about Aspen. Harry says, I don't know, Lloyd. The French are a bunch of a-holes. Oh, man. Just love that movie. Good movie. So Google, belong. Next on the list, DocuSign, DOCU. And DocuSign, I like the candle today. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. It's just a nice little flag pattern. So really for me, the longer DocuSign doesn't go lower, the better. I want to just trade sideways and get some soft bullish momentum, because once it closes above 230, it's gone. Goodbye. I will see you again in another dimension. So we're just going to wait on this one and gonna let the trend do its thing, let it hang out, but I'm waiting for a close above 230. So when that happens, great. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sit back and relax. VAPO. What's up, bro? Do you vape? What kind of vape flavors do you like? So Vapotherm, we have the 50 right in front of our face, which I don't know how I missed that yesterday. Weekly moving averages. Yep. So we just have some moving averages right in front of our face. You're gonna blow vape in my face, bro? You got moving averages right in my face. So I'm gonna see if we can do something like that. Let it break out first. Let me prove that it wants to close all the moving averages, and then I'll set up a pullback to maybe get triggered in on vape. So I'll come back and do that on a Wednesday. All right, next on the list is Coca-Cola. Brandon says, is that blueberry walnut, bro? I love that smell. Coke. So this one is another really, really nice day trade. I did not take this one today. I didn't do any day trades today, but this was a thing of beauty. So we looked at Coke yesterday in depth. We talked about how it was just an absolutely splendid breakout. Gorgeous candle, gorgeous breakout. Mentioned to watch it, keep a close on it. Earnings are around the corner, so I'm not going to do a swing trade, but I think that the gap was fantastic. The trend was fantastic, and this was really, really wonderful retest. Good move on Coke, and yeah, buy a pullback. It's Coke. I mean, you can buy literally as many shares of Coke as you can afford, and then hold it until it goes higher. That's how you can trade Coke. Just buy at a good price, buy as much as you possibly want, and then hang on to it until it goes up a little bit. 7, 8, 9%. Good dividend paying stock. Exactly. The Oracle of Omaha has 400 million shares of Coke. So all I'm saying is you could buy some, and however many shares you buy will not be as many as Warren Buffett owns. So, yeah. Coke. Looks nice. PayPal. PYPL. Whew, nice looking close on PayPal. We got a 1 white soldier. Yeah, strong 1 white soldier on PayPal. I like the candle, so I'm just going to kind of do with one of these things. That's just going to tell me not to worry if it goes higher and then not to panic if it pulls back. Monday day trade could be delicious on PayPal. I think Tuesday will be better just because today's a shaved top candle. But I'll put it on the list anyway, just to keep an eye on it and see what it does. But I do like it. I mean, I think I'll just play it as more of a swing, soft little swing trade. If it gaps down, that'd be a great fade. I'll absolutely fade that higher. But yeah, PayPal, honestly, team, just going to slowly grind higher. Everyone's using PayPal right now. And for always, PayPal will just continue to be used. BRMA, what stock is this? BioAmerica. That's a great name. BioAmerica. I want to work for this company immediately. Anyone else? I feel like they have some great holiday parties. Where do you work, bro? BioAmerica, bro. Where do you work? I like this one. Does this stock have, does this trade have options? Probably would want to play this one with options too. I do like the breakout. The volume is light. It probably doesn't have good options. That is some light volume. I won't play this with a lot of traders, so I'll just say this. If you're in it and you want to play it bullish, go for it. I like the overall chart, the pattern, the candles, everything looks good. The volume is kind of They rent porta potties? Oh yeah. I'm all in for that business. Terry said I was joking. Oh man. So yeah, the gap. I mean, if you want to play it, go for it. I won't make it official because honestly, we could actually own the stock, like the volume for the day. We could all be it. So I'll wait on BMRA and just kind of let it do its thing. Salesforce hanging out, looking phenomenal. Phenomenal. So if you wondered if I got filled on Salesforce yesterday, the answer would be no. Mike said, how was trading on Columbus Day? Normal. Nothing. You won't even notice like it's a holiday. Yeah. So Salesforce, missed the retest. Gap looks good. Brandon, are you still in Salesforce? I know my boy Chad Mosley is in Salesforce. He's enjoying this one. Chart looks good. Trend looks good. Candles look good. Direction looks good. Company looks good. Gaps look good. Volume looks good. Company looks good. Fundamentals look good. Volume looks nice. Gap looks good. Trend looks good. Candles look good. Just repeating all the big steps that you're looking for. If you ain't long, you wrong. All right, here's PENN. Edward says, I missed the retest too. Yeah. Yeah, same here, man. So I guess we'll just let other people make money on that one. PENN National Gaming. If you want to play it off the 50. Give it some time. Brandon says, you and me both. Yeah, man, we tried it. It's not like we didn't try though, Brandon. We set the trade up. It just didn't fill. So we showed up, we swing the bat, and then, that was it. That's all that happened. Then someone from the stands threw a hot dog at our face, and that was it. Didn't win, didn't lose, but we got a free hot dog. That's pretty much what happened on Salesforce. So PENN National Gaming, I wanted to pull back to the 50. Otherwise, I'm just going to wait on that trade. I don't have any position in PENN. Good old David Portnoy doing his thing, and just going to wait it out and see what happens. Nothing spectacularly interesting on that company. Callaway Golf, they own Top Step. So if you're a Top Step golf fan, not Top Step, Top Golf. I don't know if they own Top Step. They could. That'd be fun, but they own Top Golf, not Top Step. Top Step's the funded futures account, also funded Forex. But yeah, they own 33% of Top Golf. And Top Golf does what I like to refer to as they print money. Have you ever been to a Top Golf? Oh my gosh. Printing money machine. So Callaway Golf, it's a slow grind. Nothing really special about this one, like for options or anything. I have one coaching client in Callaway Golf with some shares, and she's just doing covered calls and just sitting back and just letting it do its thing. So Callaway Golf, let it trade sideways. It does pay a dividend, and buy as low as you can. Hold on to it. Be in it. It's not spectacular. Okay, and Microsoft, Steven Jackson wants to know if this is an inverted head and shoulders pattern, and my answer is yes, it is. I think it is an inverted head and shoulders pattern, and Microsoft looks very strong. Really strong on Microsoft, great close. Plus it's Microsoft, so it's kind of tough to lose on this one. Weekly chart's amazing. Moving averages are great. Daily chart's great. Thumbs up all around. Looks real good. Almost did again. Norwegian Cruise Line, NCLH. Of all the closes you would have wanted on Norwegian, this is not the worst one. Highest close we've gotten since June 18th, and I like it. We're getting closer, team. We're getting closer. David, already looked over that one, my dear friend. Looked at it for like 7 minutes, about 20 minutes ago. Yes, sir. So yeah, great candle, good close, good direction, weekly chart. I love the fact that got above the 20 team. We might hit it. Maybe a few days from now, maybe a few weeks from now, but I think we're going to get in there. And I've also been buying some shares. I have 7,000 shares now of Norwegian. I've been slowly stacking it up because it's really not that expensive, honestly. It has great ranges, has some phenomenal volatility. So if it can get from where it's at now to 2012, that'd be a nice trade. And I'm just kind of waiting around to see what it's going to do. But presently, I'm a fan, and I love the fact that we closed above the 20, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats all around on Norwegian. So best of luck for anyone in that one. We're also in Walmart swing trade, and it doesn't look horrible by any stretch of the imagination. So if you are still in on Walmart on our swing trade, stay in. Looks quite delicious. So that happened. Cake, C-A-K-E. So we can cancel this one. I wanted to retest, set it up. It did retest, just didn't fill us. So we can cancel Cheesecake Factory. Unfortunately, would have loved to have gotten filled on that thing, but we did not. CRMD. So CRM looks great. CRMD looks okay. So still in that one, just kind of hanging out. Nordstrom, JWN. I think we can leave open another day, another week or two, see if we can get filled. I doubt we do, but we can leave it open. It's not a very expensive stock. LAUR, Lorient did fill today. So Lorient Education off that hammer. I like that trade, so we're in it. And, we'll see if it works. Purple, PRPL. So set that one up yesterday. And purple did not fill and just kind of kept on going. So I'm gonna leave it open to see if it can pull back. If I missed it, I'm fine with it. It was a great gap, good trend, high short float. And we'll put on the list on Monday. I really want to get on that trade because I think it could really just skyrocket. So that's what I got, just as a quick review of our swing trades. Now I will be back obviously on Monday. And what do you guys want me to look at on Monday? EQX, AMD, Apple, got those two, easy day. Got First Solar, JMIA again, because I liked it a lot. Edward says cancel, PD, or leave it open. I'll leave it open for another 2 days, but most likely going to cancel it on Tuesday. Just doesn't look like it's going to fill. I'm okay with that. I mean, we didn't lose. That happens a lot on the weekly options trades. So, yeah. Oh, is my internet still here? Maybe not. Well, at least I got through all the way to the end before the internet.